Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. I'm moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I complete. Secretly in prayer, gotta keep it real discreet. All the verses they don't write on God breathe. Yeah. Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right.
All right. Hey,
Hello.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. We're your host, Coach John and Joy. What a wonderful day it is to be married. You need to find somebody to kiss on today. Find somebody to hug on today. Find somebody
Your
who's
spouse.
Spouse. To what Joy said. It is important. It's important. It's good to have company and somebody to do this journey with.
It really is. It makes it worth it. It makes it even more fun too.
It does. And especially when you do business together or do other things, you get to know each other even better.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And so now, we like each other more now than we used to.
Yeah.
I'm saying that for both of us.
No, it's true. We were just talking about that.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, but you didn't say that. So I was like, okay.
I agree.
I didn't know if you were still feeling how you was feeling earlier.
Let me think about it. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So we in a place where we like each other more now.
Right.
And so learning how to work with your spouse, man, you will learn of all kind of stuff.
You learn all the stuff.
Yeah. And
that
then
you
too.
didn't know.
Right. You're gonna get into it good. But today we're gonna be talking about the best time to invest.
Yeah.
Because I'm still under the impression that the only reason all this stuff works is because we like each other.
Yeah.
And because we do it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you don't do it together, it's not really sustainable.
No.
And so we want it to be sustainable. We want to do this for a long time. We want our kids to be in it. This is about building some generational wealth. It's about building some generational assets and having holding these things and just doing stuff together as a family.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to be the person who doesn't leave an inheritance to their children's children.
Yeah.
Like, you want to leave an inheritance. You don't want to be the person who left the bill or left.
Oh my goodness.
What's that? What's the GoFundMe? You don't want to leave the GoFundMe.
I don't
want
to do that.
We talking about how we can help the next generation to grow to the next level, but also while we're living, that we're not a burden.
Right.
That's probably the one thing that I think is worse is the feeling of being a burden more than the thought of not leaving them something.
Yeah.
Like at least let it be during the time when I'm alive that we've done enough to be able to fund our own, lived life cycle.
For sure.
And so assets is a great way to do it.
It is.
And so over and over again, we keep getting asked, like, why do y'all do real estate? Well, we do real estate is because thinking we're not really good at a lot of stuff.
Hey.
Just to be real about it. Man, I like to talk to people.
And it's not that hard.
Yeah, Joy, she like to hang out and chill.
Oh, yeah.
And so I like to talk to people. She likes to hang out and chill. What else are we going to do? You know what I mean? It ain't very few. Like I used to be a manager. And then I look back and I was like, man, I don't think I got promoted as a manager.
Yeah.
I could do the job of a manager.
Yeah.
But I was never really good at it. Like, you knew the people who were really good.
Yeah.
It's like your best NFL players. Like they're like really, really, really good. It's some people who make the league, but they ain't just really, really hard like that.
They're like first string and they're like,
yeah. Like, people who used to manage in their sleep, they would wake up in the middle of the night managing, sending messages and wake up thinking about numbers and spreadsheets and stuff.
It's not your testimony.
Man, heck no. That stuff takes some work for me. Like doing real work, like repetitive work. I've never been good at doing just repetitive. The only thing I was really good at was being a cook. I was an amazing cook. Man, I used to love being a cook. Man, you get the order. Man, I fire that mug up. Man, I season it perfectly. But I like to eat. and
That's
I
what-
like to
that's
cook
what
in
I
my
was
own
just
house.
gonna say.
You know, but when it comes to other things, it's just repetitive, man. It's very
Yeah.
challenging to do that. And like management, you got to deal with all these people's
gets boring.
problems and stuff.
And it's boring.
With real estate, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's the easy part is like you fix it up and then you pretty much done with the thing for a while.
Mhm.
Like you fix it up and sell it, or you fix it up and you let
Rent
somebody
it.
live there, and then
Yeah.
they pay you.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard. And
Nah.
then the way you get properties and stuff is by talking to people, which is
Mhm.
and then Joy, she likes chilling and hanging out. And so what better?
Wait a minute. You make it seem like I don't do that.
No, you do
You
a lot.
talking about like I just hang out, chill out. No, that's not the case. Everybody out there, I do a substantial part in this business. I don't just hang out and chill.
Joy be doing all the work. Oh man, nah, Joy gets it in, and so we be working together, and so we both got our different lanes at different places, but you know, have some fun together. And then too, it's like, you know, what difference does it make how much money you make if you don't get a chance to enjoy it with the people you care about?
That is so true.
And I just kept seeing people who would be working and they'd be burnt out and stuff.
Mhm.
So if you get into a place where you got to say, man, would I rather make less money and have a more fulfilled life, or would I rather set myself up? And then some people,
Mhm.
they got CEO potential. Like I like to talk to people, but I also like to do some strategic stuff.
Yeah.
So strategy and stuff is something I feel very comfortable with. I got a long-term time horizon in my mind. So I don't mind sacrificing things in the short term
right.
because I can see a longer and a broader vision. It's part of that's one of my little gifts, I guess
Yes,
you
it
could say.
is.
And that's probably why I'm so positive. It's because
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about the good things that's gonna happen in the future. And so I love that kind of, but so I see like in my mind, I see CEO, but I'm like, man, I don't want to climb somebody else's ladder. Why don't I just make
It's
my
your
own
own.
business and then I'll be the CEO of my business?
Right.
It's a lot easier that way.
It
You want
is.
some rank? Shoot, you can call yourself whatever you want.
You promote
Hey.
yourself.
I started myself as the manager of acquisitions in our business because I was like, man, shoot, I'm gonna give me a promotion.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you know what I did? I got me some new business cards.
You
Then I
sure
was
did.
the director of acquisitions. Hey, you can promote yourself whenever you want to.
That's right.
And don't mess around. You get some people working with you, managing some stuff.
Mhm.
You know, shoot, now you just executive.
Yes.
And so you could be whatever you want to be. And you can have range. So whenever you're creative in things. But
right.
but this question comes up now. It's
Mhm.
like, so now they say, why do you do real estate? And we tell you
Mm.
why. And then
Yeah.
we say, well, how does that relate to me?
Well-
Should I do real estate? And they're like, well, I've been wanting to do it. My granddaddy did it. Or somebody say my
Yeah.
uncle did it, and I know I should be doing it.
We get that so much. I'm like, man, somebody in my family,
Yeah.
my uncle and them used to do it.
Yeah.
They do it, but I don't know. Should I do
Should
it?
I do? I got a couple properties, or I had a property and we rented it for a little while. I mean, all these
Yeah.
different scenarios. You know, we flipped the house ago. We sold this one. We had a couple
Mhm.
properties back in my dad, a couple properties. You know what I'm saying? But all of these different things, and they say, well, now I know that it was the right thing to do to buy
Mhm.
whole. I know it's the right thing to do to invest, but is now the right time? I know
Mhm.
y'all see what's going on out here. They got the tariffs. Y'all ain't seen the tariffs.
Oh,
what
the
else you
tariffs.
seen?
I thought you said
I said
terrorists.
tariffs.
I thought you said you tariffs.
That
Okay.
ain't tariffs. It's tariffs. She heard what
Yeah.
I said.
Okay.
Y'all heard what I said.
Heard.
Y'all put tariff in the chat. Somebody put tariff in
Help
the
him
chat.
pronunciate.
If you
Joe.
understand what I said. Somebody, okay, look. But what's the best time to invest?
Well,
So that's what we're gonna be talking about today.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the best, most optimal time to invest?
Mm.
Because there's uncertainty right now,
yeah.
and we're gonna be hitting it right in. I mean, we're gonna be narrowing it in for you
Yeah.
using some high-level historical data to help you to say
High
what's the
level.
right time to invest. But as
Right.
always,
Yes. Of
you are
course.
getting this information in a financially independent. Retire Early is our sponsor for this broadcast
Yes.
today. That's Coach John and Joy's Real
Yes.
Estate Mentorship Program.
Yes, you all are invited.
You- Text 502-632-3005. That's the sponsor for the program.
Yes.
Here's a disclaimer.
Okay.
What worked for some might
Mhm.
not work for you if you
That's
don't put in
right.
the same energy and effort.
That's right.
Hey, it takes some if you don't have money, it's going to take some knowledge and some effort to learn how to get it.
Absolutely.
And here's the rest of the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Just because somebody else was successful with it don't mean you're going to be successful with it. Do your own research
Mhm.
and don't listen to two random people on Facebook.
That's
Make
right.
sure that you fact check and get you some books and then get you some expertise.
This for information
we-
purposes only.
informational, educational purpose only.
Oh.
But guess what? We're gonna share with you some real life stuff. This is our
Yeah.
real lived experiences and the lived experiences of other people who are literally doing this thing full time with their hands on,
Yes.
doing this business, and you're gonna get a chance to learn some stuff. So
Yeah.
here is the question at hand.
Yes.
When is the best and most opportune time to invest in real estate? Let's look at what this slide says. Where's the text on this slide? Okay, it doesn't have text.
No.
Okay, so somebody messed the slide up. Okay, no, they didn't. They didn't mess it up because this is a picture of our first house that we ever bought. All they did was paint it gray.
Yeah.
But this is the first house we ever bought. And so we're going to tell you a little story about the first house we ever bought. We bought this house, and we'll tell you we bought this house in 2009. Are we
That
telling
was
the truth?
2009. Yeah.
Well, let's see if we're telling the truth because we got receipts on here.
Yep.
All right, so we bought this house in September 28th of 2009. We bought this house. It's our first house that we ever bought.
Yeah.
We bought it for $141,000. Oh man!
I mean, this house checked all the boxes.
Checked all the boxes.
It had the yard.
Had the yard.
It had the fenced-in backyard.
Had the fenced-in backyard.
It had the carport.
Had
for all
the
cars.
carport.
Had the shed for all the yard stuff.
All the stuff.
And so I could just let my kids go out there and play. It had everything, all the stuff. I was like, ooh, this is it.
$141,000. And
Yeah.
the best part about it, interest rates were real low. At the time, I was making $44,000 a year,
Yeah.
and we had one income household, and we bought a $141,000 house.
That's right.
And that was a lot of house making $141,000 a year. Like you think about it, it's
You
like
said
$3,000.
$41,000.
$41,000 a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so we was snug as a bug in a rug. But that's a nice house. We was
Yeah.
like, we got to have it. I said that was the most we could get. So anyway, we got a beautiful house. We was very happy about it. We used a down payment assistance program, and they paid our down payment. And then the seller gave us a credit back so we could fix the bathrooms up and stuff. And then we started doing some work ourselves, like painting and patching stuff up.
I like to paint.
And so we ended up with a really beautiful, nice house.
We did.
But the time came. We stayed there. We had all our kids there in that house. Yeah,
Great
had all our
memories.
kids, great memories. Beautiful children who were
Yes.
raised in that house. I mean, we just had a little tomato plant in the back of that house. It was phenomenal. Beautiful house. Can't get enough of this house.
Can't get
So we left and went to Texas. And this was a move that God just told us to move.
Yeah.
And so we moved to Texas, and so we needed to do something with this house.
Yeah. But we rented it for a bit. And
So
then
we rented the house. So
Yeah.
we rented it out. So this was our first ever rental house. Has anybody else had a rental house before? So we rented it out. Our payment each month was $1,000 a month. We rented it for $1,250 a month.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. We paid the property manager $125. And then that means we was clearing $125.
Oh, we thought we was killing the game.
Oh man, we knew we was killing it until the tenant stopped paying, until the HVAC broke down, and it was like, oh, this is not good. Tenant moves out of the house, and then we end up selling the house for $149,000 in 2014, February 22nd of 2014. And so you say, when is the best time to invest? Well, I'm gonna tell you, we invested in that one. We ended up holding it for 5 years, man.
Yeah.
We held that house for 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years. And by the time we sold it, we didn't even get a check back after closing. We didn't get nothing back. And so it was like, but we didn't have to pay anything else.
No, we
and
did.
so we were just happy we didn't have to cover the mortgage anymore. We got out of it.
Yeah.
Everybody, the realtors got paid. Everybody got paid. We didn't owe anything.
Yeah, which worked out because we wasn't living in the same state anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, we felt all right with it.
Yeah.
We was a little sad to see our first house go,
Yeah.
but the market had went down and it just came up. And so, like right now, we in a time where the market might go down, and it might just do some weird things, and like we don't really know.
Yeah.
And so we held this house for 5 years, rented it out. The first tenant didn't work.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting about that same house is what I'm gonna show you is if we had maybe done something a little bit different, because currently the house that we sold for $149,000. The estimate on it is $542,000.
Yeah.
That's $400,000. $400,000 $400,000 in
Right.
equity. Somebody say,
Yes.
somebody put 400,000 in the chat.
400.
Only if you felt that like I feel it.
I
My
feel that
side
every
hurts.
time we look at
My
that.
side hurts thinking about it, Joy. And so we
Mhm.
sitting here talking about when's the right time to invest in real estate. My answer and our answer forever
Always
forever
will be
be right now.
now.
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Guess what? There's opportunities in the market right now.
It sure is.
Why are you gonna miss your $400,000 worth of equity? Why are you gonna miss out on these opportunities for your family?
Don't
Could
wait.
anybody don't wait? The property that don't look like nothing now, I guarantee you come back in 10 years.
Mhm.
Guess what? If we'd have waited we already was most of the way there. If we'd have waited another 5 years, we'd have had $300,000-400,000 more.
That's right.
Man, I'm telling you, I like $300,000-400,000.
Me too.
Carrie, I like it. Carrie like 400,000. I like
400,000.
I'm talking about how do you do it? You gotta buy right now.
Mhm.
Don't delay.
That's
I
right.
don't care what it looks like. If you buy and hold and now find a way to keep those properties, you are gonna be so elated with your future self.
Yeah.
It's like buying and holding stocks. You see the stock market dropping, you need to say yes. Anybody who's just say yes.
Yeah.
Put a yes in your spirit. The reason why is it's a great time to buy. And so you want to buy and then hold.
Mhm.
Man, if we could tell you this 50 times,
I mean,
if we could tell you until our face turned red.
because today's price.
Today's price is yesterday's price ain't today's price.
That's
And
right.
today's price definitely ain't tomorrow's price.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you all for a fact, I've been waiting, sitting back, waiting, like, man, wait, the market's gonna do something crazy. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it. Guess what? The market's already done it.
Yeah.
Even in the last few years, the market's done a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? We bought when it was doing something crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy when it's doing some other stuff crazy.
That's right.
We're gonna buy when it's doing some more. When it's time to buy, all you have to do is buy it at the right price.
That's right.
And so, guess what? I'm gonna give you one tip for the evening.
One tip.
Whenever somebody tells you that they have a price that they're selling something for.
Mhm.
So if I tell you I got a house for sale and I want $100,000,
Okay.
that is not the price. Okay, I want you just to lock in. If I tell you
Mhm.
I have a house for sale for 100,000,
Okay.
that's not the price. The price is whatever it's worth to you.
Mm.
And so you have to say to yourself, I see that somebody's going to sell this property. I'm going to completely disregard their price and I'm going to come up with the price that works for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit more, maybe it's a little bit less. But whatever your price is your price.
That's right.
And so I'm going to tell you, it does not matter to me and Joy at
Mm-mm.
all. Whatever somebody says something is listed for,
Yeah.
you pay the price that makes sense
Sense for
for your
you.
situation,
That's right.
your money, your bank, your spreadsheet,
Right.
your lived experience, your
Yeah.
life, your wife. You know what I'm saying? You make the decisions that's gonna be best for you.
Mhm.
And then guess what? If they said they're selling a price, they're making you an offer.
Right.
An offer is something you don't have to take.
Nope.
An offer is something that if you give it, then it's a wonderful thing, but somebody doesn't have to receive that offer.
Mm.
So you don't have to receive their offer and they don't have to receive yours.
That's right.
But they shot when they told you they had a house for sale.
Mhm.
And it's your time right now to shoot your shot.
Yes.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So guess what? Find the
Mhm.
price that works for you and make an
Offer.
offer. Make the offer.
Yeah.
Just make an offer.
Yeah.
So they said 100 and
Okay.
you looked at it and you was like, that's 55 at best.
Yeah.
Put your 55 up there and see what happens. You know what I
'Cause
mean?
You never know.
You never know. They might be like, dang, that was a pretty cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sell to you 55.
That's right.
Holly, John, you're my kind of fellow, man. Spit shine.
No.
Yeah.
But we know because it's happened for us.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go into great detail. Joy's not going to go into great detail.
No.
But we're telling you, as of this week, I guarantee you,
Mm-hmm.
you see it, you name the price that's your price,
Yep.
and you shoot your shot. And more often than not, you're going to end up with some properties that's going to work
Yep.
and then you buy them and you hold them. Somebody just say buy, say it to yourself. You ain't got to put it in the chat. Buy and hold. Don't be the ones like John and Joy missing out on your one property, $400,000 in equity
Yeah.
because you wanted to miss the market.
Mhm.
And so if you want help to invest in this market, to take
Yes.
advantage of this market, you don't want to miss out on your 400,000. You text us at 502-632-3005. We'll be glad to help.
That's right.
CoachJohnandJoy.com.
All right. Hit us up, y'all.
Hit us up. Hey, and
Hey.
say until we see y'all next time.
That's right.
Remember this one thing
Uh-huh.
that is always
Always
so much
much
better
better
together.
together.
We'll see y'all.
All
God bless you.
right.